Hello, my name is Orlando Giraldi. I am CEO and founder of Orlando Giraldi Seminars Incorporated. And I like to start out in taking a brief moment to thanking you for this privilege of having me being fortunate enough to be sharing with you something that is near and dear to my heart. And that's called New School Generation Hypnosis. This crucial information, when trained properly, is critical information that will literally change your life for the better forever, effortlessly, once it's been programmed. And this critical information I'm talking about is how I became the originator of New School Generation Hypnosis. I'm talking about dramatically altering old traditional styles and outdated techniques from the past. I'm talking about new cutting-edge technologies with neuroscience and advancements. As originator of the New School Generation Hypnosis, I'm talking about hypnosis like you've never known before, never heard before. Hypnosis, NLP, is one of the biggest self-help hidden kept secrets of all time. From the ultra successful achievers in life to the rich and famous. Certified NLP trains you to become ultra successful, set and achieve, and far exceed your life's wildest dreams ever imagined possible. Become the person you desire. We call that self-actualization, true transformation. That's when you know you've made it. Make any behavioral changes effortlessly. Overcome any fears or phobias. Certified trained hypnosis accelerates the learning processes, helps you eliminate any negative habits that may be stopping you from being successful, and in a matter of moments, instantly clear out any emotional baggage from your past and wipe the slate clean once and for all and begin with a fresh start in life. Certified hypnosis also helps you and aids you in the advancement of healing oneself. Become healthier, happier, live an ultra successful, more energized, purpose-driven lifestyle. Certified hypnosis is one of the only known, proven, and established superhighways to causing you to lining up with the universal that then brings forth the people, the places, the situations, the circumstances, the experiences into your life and causes you to live out your dream life and making them a true reality. It's also the fastest and quickest way known to mankind, guaranteed to bring you results you desire. Now, I've been in the self-help arena, human potential area, for the better part of 25 years of my life. And I have been very fortunate to have been trained and studied and spent some time with some of the best trainers in the country. And I'm very fortunate and grateful for having the time and the money and the experiences to hang with these very successful leaders. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I just happen to have that. And I'm grateful and appreciative. And as a result of spending time with these leaders and these master trainers and movers and shakers of the world for the past 25 years, as a result of that, I developed 10 life-changing hypnotic audio CD training programs, in which 7 of them have made the company's bestsellers list. I also moved on and authored 3 training manuals, a national bestseller titled The No Resistance Weight Loss System Home Study Course, which is the topic of this whole program. 2, The 5 Steps of Self-Hypnosis. And thirdly, All About Hypnosis. All modern guides into NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, hypnosis, and past life regression technologies, in demonstrating the powers of the mind along with educational and empowering programs of mine. They're known all over the world. So please listen to these programs now and change your life for the better forever. Now, this last and final training series that I'm going to be introducing to you in just a few moments is called The 5 Steps of Self-Hypnosis. It's the second training manual I authored. And the reason why I broke it down in this type of order is because I wanted you to get a little bit of a taste of the change or the shift that takes place while you hear me talking very energized versus being a little mono and quiet and bringing you down to a state of trance, okay? Because this is also a modern guide into hypnosis, NLP, and regression technologies. It's a very simple to understand 16-page easy read. And I'm also going to be covering this training series in 2 phases, just very similar to the one you just experienced with me. Phase 1 is going to be the educational part of the program. And they're all pretty much familiar. But repetition is the key to success, right? And the second phase is going to be the actual application phase of the program. And that's called the 5 Steps of Self-Hypnosis. And those 5 steps that I gave you a previous preview of in the last program in All About Hypnosis, this 5 steps are a little bit more deeper, longer, and intense. It's an actual session. And that's where you, once again, get to witness for yourself, more than likely for the second time, an actual, real-life example of a sensory-enhanced trance induction hypnosis session. So that should be somewhat of an additional, different kind of a shifting of an experience for you as well. And once we're done with that, the course will pretty much end, followed by some last additional educational remaining topics of hypnosis in general. And that then will conclude this training series called The 5 Steps of Self-Hypnosis. So let's begin. The 5 Steps of Self-Hypnosis, Part 1, or Phase 1. Welcome. This is Orlando Giraldi, and I want to thank you for joining me and learning about the powerful benefits of self-hypnosis. Self-hypnosis allows you to reach higher levels of satisfaction in your life. During this program, you will learn all about this powerful tool in simple, easy to understand language, as well as learn how to program yourself to achieve your goals for higher personal and professional satisfaction. In addition, you will learn what hypnosis is, how to hypnotize yourself, who can be hypnotized, what hypnosis feels like, how long hypnotic sessions should last, how to structure suggestions, just to name a few. You'll also come to learn a lot of the latest research and developments in neuroscience that substantiates the claims of the power of hypnosis. And most importantly, you will learn the 5 steps of self-hypnosis. Now, I encourage you to visit www.orlandogiraldiseminars.com for all updates to this program and all others, and for further information that you will be a benefit from in assisting you. And if you are serious about hypnosis, I will direct you to our complete multi-component system that will teach you everything about hypnosis, much more than is possible than on this program. That is www.orlandogiraldiseminars.com. Plus, preview my story. It's got my before and after pictures of my journey documented. It's a very interesting, amazing story. Will definitely worthwhile reading. This program includes multiple sessions. The first session is devoted to educating you about hypnosis. Some of what you will learn will fly in the face of traditional hypnosis education. Some of what you will learn will contradict things you may have read or heard. Having hypnotized literally thousands of people and being a certified hypnotist and instructor of hypnosis, I can assure you that I speak from not only an academic background, but also a practical background based on significant experience. So let's get started. There are many misconceptions regarding hypnosis. Many people are misguided by the images of hypnosis and that is portrayed in the movies or on television. This portrayal is obviously designed to capitalize on the general public's fascination and misguided hypnotic beliefs. In fact, many people do not know that hypnosis was welcomed by the American Medical Association as a viable therapeutic modality in the 1950s. Hypnosis is currently being used by dentists, doctors, therapists in a number of different ways and in many different applications within the medical facilities. Let's discuss the state of hypnosis. On a neurological level, while you're in trance state, you're in distinctive, measurable state of mind. Medical imaging equipment called a positron emission tomography scan, more commonly referred to a PET scan, reveals amazing brain activity while in hypnosis. This was a very interesting study completed by or at McMaster University in Ontario. The brain activity of participants was recorded while they were provided with hypnotic suggestions that created auditory hallucinations. Researchers found that auditory sound hallucinations and imagining sound are both generated within oneself. However, the hypnotic hallucination, like that of real hearing, is experienced as being received from an actual external source, even though it was never played. But the brain registered it as if it was because of the power of suggestion. During this study, each person heard the exact same audio sample while the PET scan recorded the brain activity. Their brain activity was observed during 4 conditions. 1, while they were listening in their normal waking state. 2, while they simply rested and heard the audio sample. 3, while they just imagined to hear the audio sample. And 4, while they were hypnotized, entranced, and responded to the suggestion to hallucinate the audio sample, although it never was playing. The research revealed the region of the brain called the anterior cingulate cortex was just as active while the volunteers were hallucinating as if it were actually hearing an actual audio sample. In comparison, the right anterior cingulate cortex was not active while the volunteers were imagining they heard the audio stimulus. Hypnosis had completely deceived the right anterior cingulate cortex area of the brain into registering the hallucinated voice as genuine. It is also important for me to mention that while you are in hypnosis, your brain activity is altered. It's an altered state. There are 4 types of brain waves that you have. They are beta, alpha, theta, and delta. Beta waves are produced during normal waking consciousness. As you and I are currently listening to this program, we are in beta. Beta is a state where you are wide awake and aware of your surroundings. Alpha waves are a slower pattern that are found when people relax while they listen to music or perhaps meditate. Theta waves are present just before and after you awaken from a deep sleep. They are also present during the hypnotized trance state. Delta waves are deep sleep. Delta waves allow you to dream and rejuvenate. Some people wonder if hypnosis can truly be effective with pain control. Well, in 1996, the National Institute of Health Technology Assessment Panel judged hypnosis to be a valuable tool for alleviating pain from cancer and other chronic conditions. In the International Journal of Clinical and Experimental Hypnosis, a study revealed that hypnotic suggestions relieved 75% of the pain of 933 subjects in a total of 27 different experiments. The pain relief of hypnotic suggestions are valuable and extremely important. In some cases, the degree of relief exceeded that provided by morphine. In other words, the actual suggestion of hypnosis, in many cases of those studies, the suggestion alone took the pain away than what morphine could do for you. And that's probably one of the strongest drugs you can have when you're in pain. My own work and results in this area have proven very rewarding and supportive of these studies' findings. There is an additional research available online. Now let's talk about your first hypnotic session. You probably are aware that hypnosis is a natural state of mind. In fact, daily, each of us experience like trance states. And we pretty much fluctuate between hypnosis, it's called a hypnagogic state, and the conscious state. If you ever found yourself driving and just about missed your freeway exit, you were experiencing light hypnosis. Most of all of our habits, our fears, and indeed, most of all of our daily activities are controlled by our subconscious. You are probably not aware of the conscious requirements as you drive down the freeway. You're not consciously saying to yourself, there's an automobile on my left, a row of vehicles on my right, and I need to keep the gas pedal at the same rate as speed as I move the steering wheel slightly to the right so that I can stay in an appropriate lane. Everything happens subconsciously, while you are probably thinking of numerous other things on a conscious level of what you have to do today, what you want to do today, and what your plans are, and where you're going, and what your day is going to be like. You may be on the phone, texting, or etc. Many people wonder, is it possible to get stuck in a deep trance state? This is completely impossible. Even if you were in a deep trance state and this program quit, you would slip into a natural state of deep sleep and awaken like you do every morning and go on as you would. Many people believe that you must be weak-willed in order to be hypnotized. Nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, the stronger your will, the faster, the easier, the deeper it is for you to enter a trance state. Others believe that in order for you to be hypnotized, you must put forth effort. Studies have shown that while you must participate and follow suggestion, you should not actively push yourself. It's better to just let it happen, to just let go. I often hear people tell me, when I finally let go, it just happened. I did nothing but focus on the words you were saying, or as soon as I stopped trying, that's when it happened. It is important that you focus on my words and participate during the trance session. But don't worry about anything. Don't try to make it happen. Just listen and let it happen and actively accept the suggestions I give you. They're positive, stated for a goal so that you can reach and have an outcome of a success. So how do you actively accept the suggestions? Well, as you participate, you will be experiencing different levels of trance. While hearing my words, you will have different options on how you want to respond. Number one, you could choose to reject the suggestions and not even have a session. Or you could choose to hear them but feel indifferent and they won't work, or you won't be hypnotized. Or you could choose to hear them, accept them, and embrace them because they're positive suggestions that I'm going to give you, leading to a specific goal that brings you to a positive outcome. It is important that you embrace each suggestion I provide. To literally think to yourself, I like that suggestion and willingly accept it. You must always willingly accept the suggestions for them to be effective. You could never be hypnotized to do anything against your will. That is why you must accept the suggestions yourself willingly While you are in a state of hypnosis, you will automatically incorporate those suggestions that you accept. The hypnotic suggestions will then bypass your conscious awareness and take hold in the subconscious. And that's where the value of hypnosis lies. That's where the power's at, to make drastic changes that literally change people's lives forever for the positive. Most people, when they first begin to experience hypnosis, wonder if they are really hypnotized. This is completely natural and normal. In our full self-hypnosis system, we provide some strategies that allow you to test yourself. Obviously, they are beyond the scope of this program. But you can rest assured, if you're following along as I'm suggesting with you, you're hypnotized. You better believe that. However, if you follow the induction, you can be assured you are experiencing hypnosis. Perhaps you wonder if you can be hypnotized, if you cannot actively create images in your mind. Hypnosis has nothing to do with imagination. If you cannot imagine scenes in your mind, it will have no effect on your ability to be hypnotized. Research has already established that far down. Many people believe that while under the trance state, they will be out of control or out of touch with reality. Nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, you see, while you're in hypnosis, your senses actually become heightened. And you're like peaking. Some people say, what happens if while I'm in trance state and an emergency occurs? Well, if while you are in a trance state and some emergency occurs that requires your attention, anything from the smell of smoke to the call for assistance from a loved one, your critical factor will take over and immediately emerge you from hypnosis, and you'll respond appropriately. Emerge means to bring you out of the trance state to a fully conscious state of mind. So you see, there's nothing to fear about hypnosis. There never ever was. It's a state of mind you will enjoy, a state of mind that provides us with tools for growth, a major growth on a superhighway, tools that improve our lives dramatically. I couldn't begin to tell you that. You just have to take my word for it. That is the real power of hypnosis. We bypass the need for willpower by making changes at a foundational level within the subconscious mind, because that's where the power's at, the power of the mind. Your subconscious mind will then take these positive suggestions and make them a reality. It is the equivalent of loading a software program into a computer, and once it's in place, nothing can change it until new programming is loaded or that program is erased. That is why you do not make any sacrifices with behavior change. You will be programmed to simply not have the same behaviors. Isn't that cool? You see, if you try to adopt a behavior change with traditional means consciously, your conscious mind will be hesitant and fight the change. Your conscious mind will say things like, oh, I can't help it. I'll never change. I think that will be like too difficult. Let me just be the way I am. It would be easier for me. That would require new behaviors. I'll just go along the same way and so on and so on. That's a concept that takes willpower. That's why it doesn't work. But by working with your subconscious, we bypass the conscious part arguments, or the critical factor, which is called, and what takes hold in the subconscious must be realized. It's designed to obey. Your conscious mind will then automatically adopt the subconscious behavior to achieve your goal. It happens automatically. It's an autopilot type methodology. Now, during your hypnotic session, you will experience a wonderful trance state. I recommend you experience the trance state for 21 days straight through continually without missing a day. This will create permanent change for you. And we're looking for permanent change, not temporary, or we're wasting our time. Certainly, you could experience just 1 or 2 sessions and probably have some good effectiveness. But I recommend what the latest research is in, and that is locking in those suggestions thoroughly, and 21 days at the moment is the magic number of the most effective period of time, according to the latest research. Now, if you fail to listen for a day or two, don't get down on yourself. Just get back on track and begin listening for another additional 21 days continually. That's the magic number. Now, it's time for you to experience a sensory enhanced trance state. You will experience an enjoyable enhanced sensory trance state and find each session dropping you down deeper and deeper and feeling enjoyable. When you experience the trance state, it's imperative that you do not do so when driving in an automobile or operating any type of heavy machinery. In order for this program to be effective and safe during your trance state, find a place where you can sit or lay down, like on a lazy boy chair preferably, comfortably. A location that is free of distractions from kids, pets, significant others. Turn cell phones off. In addition, take the phone off the hook and wear loose-fitting clothing. This is your time, a time for you to do something for yourself, a time for you to make some changes and live and begin adjusting your life to be happy, healthier, and live ultimately successfully in whatever demeanor that is for you. You will experience this sensory enhanced hypnotic trance through a relaxing induction. It is that time your subconscious mind will receive the suggestions, the powerful suggestions to achieve your goal. And at that time, let's allow you to experience the basic trance state. You will and should comply with the previously mentioned rules. You should be seated, recline comfortably, and remember, embrace the suggestions. Take a nice deep breath. And that ends phase 1 of this program, the 5 steps of self-hypnosis. And that's the actual program here. This is the last and final program of my series. You're going to be a master at this by the time I'm done because I've been consistent with all 3 of them. And if you can master weight loss, believe me, that's the toughest one of all. And once you master that, the rest is downhill because they're easier and they're funner. This is called the 5 steps of self-hypnosis. That was phase 1. We're going to take a brief moment here. I'll be back for phase 2, the final phase of my series. I thank you for listening to me. This is Orlando Giraldi wishing you a great day. Thank you, and I'll be back shortly for phase 2.